never guess the places that I've been. You never guess the places that I've been. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that dream that I live in. I'm never gonna let the day begin. Never gonna let the day begin. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that dream that I live in. Oh, don't wake me up before you go, and I'll just make this bed my home. Oh, darling, please just let me sleep. Give me my dreams. Better from above. Nothing's ever as it seems, yeah, except in that world that I dream of. Never gonna lose the ones I love. Never gonna lose the ones I love. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that world that I dream of. Oh, don't wake me up before you go, 'cause I can't face this day alone. Oh, darling, please just let me sleep. Give me my dreams. Give me my dreams. Give me my dreams.
Midnight hour is upon us, and we really got a long, long way to go. How will we stay awake? Well, thanks to Chris, for goodness sake, we got Steve Sommers on the radio. Got that hot shot secret and the diesel. You know it really makes this Detroit come to life. We're gonna hear from all our friends. We're gonna do it all again on this overnight drive. How about you, Big Ed? Are you with me? Break 1-9 for that Carolina monkey gouger. Negatory there, hillbilly. You clean clear to Blacktown. Let her roll. Well, we all tune in to catch the weather, whether rain or sleet or even snow. It don't matter if you're in New York or Dallas, you'll catch it all on the Steve Sommers Show. We got that hot shot secret and the diesel. You know it really makes that Detroit come to life. We're gonna hear from all our friends. We're gonna do it all again on this overnight drive. Yeah, we're gonna hear from all our friends. We're gonna do it all again on this overnight drive.
Yes, indeed. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Gonna hear from all our friends. Do it all again. Welcome aboard. Another edition of the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive. Good to have you with us. As the family all gets on board, settle in, got a full 5 hours to spend together as we roll into a Thursday via overnightdriveradio.com on your smartphone, your Android, streaming devices. Take your pick. Tell Alexa, activate overnightdriveradio.com. Also, tncradio.live. which you can also find on your smartphone, Android, all your streaming devices. All right, welcome in. Now, let me see here. What do we got? First out of the box. Hey there, Horse Feathers on board via our YouTube stream. Philly Dan with us right here out of the box. Gas prices shooting up faster than Joe Biden's vote count at 2 a.m. It's about right. Thank you to the People's Convoy. Hey, they had another good meeting with representatives this past day, as a matter of fact. I believe I saw in the photograph, I think Marjorie Taylor Greene, I believe it was Matt Gaetz, and maybe some others. All right, everybody stay safe out there. God bless the Rambler. Thank you, Philly Dan. Hello to High Pressure Pumpkin. Is it pumpkin or pumpin'? High Pressure Pumpkin, I believe it is. I get it wrong half the time. Hello to Kyle. Haven't talked to you in a while, Kyle. I think we may give you a call tomorrow if you're going to be in the office. I got some things to chat about for the Mid-America Truck Show, which you can't believe here, as we're rolling into a Thursday morning. Does that mean we are literally, 2 weeks away? 2 weeks. Mid-America Truck Show. First time in 3 years to get together. Hello to Richard, morning from Central Florida, 70 degrees. Hello to Steve, all the listeners out there. Yeah, Jacqueline is on board from Dent, Ohio. Hi there, stay safe. You got it. Zorro is ready to roll. Joe on board. Morning, Steve, and all the cartoon characters. Got 32 degrees here in Winchester, Virginia tonight. Everybody truck safe. Have a good night. Bidu checking in. Morning, Steve, and the overnight drive crew. Timothy got 43 degrees, wherever that might be, at his home 20, or out there on the road, wherever you are. Bama checking in from Cambridge City, Indiana, headed to Arkansas tonight. I was thinking earlier, since it seems like the COVID nonsense wasn't working anymore, that it almost seems like the government instigated this conflict to jack up fuel prices to force people to stay home, like it was at the beginning of the pandemic. But I guess that's all the conspiracy theorist in me. Everybody stay safe out there. Well, good to have you with us, Bama. Terry, Dayton, Ohio, 36 at this hour, clear. Got the heat on, heading back north to Ontario. Oh, that's our Canadian Terry. Good to hear from you. Everybody be safe and down with Trudeau. Captain Ron checking in. A bunch of rain in Florida tonight. Yes, there is. You're right. Northern half of the state. Lots and lots of rain. You're socked in. It's a soggy night. Northern Florida, southern third, almost southern half of Georgia. We'll get to some of our travelers' weather just ahead here. Top of the morning, Santa Claus, where it's 53 degrees at the home away from home, which is March Air Force Base. Good to have you on board. Hello, Pappy, out there surfing and protecting tonight. 36 degrees in Harrison, Ohio. Yeah, hey, Steve, guess what Saturday is? That's what I'm talking about. I'm thinking, what is Saturday? Hello to Shorty. Finally got on Trump Social this past day. After initially logging in, he's been on that waiting list. It took from February 22nd till this past day to finally get in. Hello to Larry, as he always likes to say, good afternoon, hammer down, be safe out there. Tank checks in from California tonight, 61 degrees here in Essex. Headed back east toward the home 20. Everybody, truck safe, have a blessed day. Copy in the mail, Chevy guy. Let's see. Kyle said not on YouTube. We should be. Everything's up and running. Did we get another slap on the wrist? No, I mean, a lot of our friends are checking it, so I don't know what that means. Scrap that. Hello to the Michigan Madman. It's almost Bourbon 30. Okay, good to hear it. Let's see. Bill is checking in, the Wagon Master. Checking in from the Show Me State this morning. There's the Rambler. Hey there. Well, hello, God's children. Rambler back with everybody tonight. Checking in from the Big Easy, New Orleans. It's been a wet past few nights. Sorry, I've been kind of missing in action. I will be checking in later on tonight. Check in with everybody. Stay safe. God bless. He'll be able to give us an update. I know this week he started his new run. So running to New Orleans, I think that first night, which he'll share with us, had some technical difficulties for the first night on the new gig there. Ice Cream Man checking in from Huntington, Oregon tonight. 32 degrees. I've been stuck in the mountains all day with heavy snow, but it's good training for my trainee. Buster Brown, morning. Hey, will Hot Shot Secret have products for sale at the Mid-America Truck Show? I'm looking for gas treatment especially. To that, I would say, Buster Brown, absolutely. They'll be looking forward to hopefully selling out. But I know they'll be bringing plenty of product. Now, they will have the full line of products, representatives there to answer any questions about the various products. So there you go. Patty says, love your shirt, Steve. Thank you. That's my thin blue line shirt. Says, proud dad that bleeds blue. Of course, with my son in law enforcement, you darn right. Happy to support our law enforcement out there. All right, last evening I mentioned out of the box we would have Sarah Lee with Waypoint Vets joining us this morning out of the box. We were getting close to the midnight hour, and I started thinking, it happens so often when I was speaking to the representative lining it up, they were saying Thursday. Well, to us, this is Thursday morning, and I'm thinking she'd be checking in here right out of the box at the midnight hour. I just have a sneaky suspicion a lot of times when you say Thursday at the midnight hour, she'll probably be dialing us up Thursday night into Friday morning. So unless she pops in, we'll just anticipate Sarah joining us about 24 hours from now, if you know what I mean. So, all right. I bet that's the deal. But we do have Eskimo Mom out of the box here before we get some of our travelers' weather, unless Sarah dials in. What's going on, Eskimo Mom? Hi there.
Steve, I have a traffic report. Everybody who is traveling I-75, get on 471, get on 275, go around 75 at mile marker 188. A semi with a loaded trailer slammed into that retaining wall at the bend. That has always been a pain in the neck, here in the Cincinnati area, and his load is scattered on all four lanes on the southbound side, and it has created a whole big old mess on the northbound side as well.
So the accident itself is on the southbound side, you say?
Yes, sir. He hit the retaining wall in the middle.
Wow. Okay. So southbound,
about where that bend is on 75.
Mm-hmm.
The one that they put all those nice little grooves in to try to prevent people from doing something like that.
So if you're headed south on 75, you don't want to cross the bridge. You want to take like Fort Washington Way over to 471, then down to 275.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Then back.
Yes, sir. Then you're back to 75. You'll totally avoid the mess.
Okay. All right. Any idea when that occurred, or any idea how long it might take?
It just happened here within like a few minutes before I got over there, and the Crescent Springs ambulance had just shown up on scene, and the Fort Mitchell cops were there, but Pup came through here about 30 minutes before me, and he said it was all clear up until I got up there.
Okay. All right. Well, so you got there just in the nick of time. Well, thank you for the heads up. I'll see if I can get more on that, but that could be a mess for hours if they got all kind of, who knows what's been spilled, what they've got to clean up, and you never know about potentially like a diesel spill.
I can't really tell if there's a diesel spill, but that trailer is literally buckled. And his load, it almost looks like his load. I can't really tell if it's like candles or some sort of consumer product, is from the way it was looking, from everything that was scattered on the highway.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for the heads up out of the box there, Eskimo Mom. Have a safe night. If you get anything further, feel free to dial us back up. All right, there you go. Under our traveler's weather, here we go. Boy, are you central portions of the country, you talk about weather whiplash. As A week after recording record high temperatures, 70s, 80s, some places even approaching 90 degrees. And the Arctic air is settling back in. Here's what we're looking at. Temperatures forecast to be a good 20 degrees below normal for mid-March by later this afternoon, Thursday afternoon. A high temperature of 25 expected today in Minneapolis. Normal high would be 37. Meanwhile, Fargo, North Dakota, expected to only hit 20 for a high. Temperatures have been averaging below normal for those cities so far here in the month of March. Farther south, Dallas, you've already experienced one 30-degree temperature dip at the start of this week, with a plunge from a high near 80 over the past weekend to a high of only 52 that occurred on Monday. You are riding the roller coaster. Now, you're forecast to be around 70 degrees today, only to plunge once again Friday in Dallas. Temperatures much of the time Friday will only be in the 30s, and you're going to have a mixture of rain, sleet, and snow in the forecast, followed by a freeze-up Friday night. All right, the topsy-turvy temperatures, not out of the ordinary this time of year. It's the battle between the final days of winter and the heralded arrival of spring. Temperature swings occur any time of the year, but then the month of March might be the champion for this, since the air often remains very cold across Canada, and the sun is able to produce some warm conditions in the U.S. Oftentimes, a simple flip of the wind from south to north or vice versa can bring temperature swings 20, 30, or even 40 degrees from one day to the next. For some locations, this wave of cold will be a shock. Sioux Falls and Rapid City, South Dakota, temperatures were 20 degrees above normal as we were kicking off the month of March. Now we're about 20 degrees below normal by later today. As the dry, cold conditions settle into the area, there is a storm that's going to ride along the southern extent of the cold that's going to bring some snow from the Rockies into the Midwest. Denver, Salt Lake City, 3 to 6 inches for Denver, 1 to 3 in the forecast of fresh snow there for Salt Lake City, while the highest snowfall totals will be in the elevations of the Rockies. Several inches of snow may extend across South Dakota, Nebraska into Iowa, parts of maybe southern Minnesota and Wisconsin, on into the day-to-day. So this could make for some slippery travel along portions of I-80, including the Des Moines area, after they're cleaning up from the deadly tornadoes this past weekend. Anywhere from 4 to 8 inches may fall in Kansas City, Missouri, from this developing storm system. And with a southward shift in the latest forecast models, Chicago is now expected to only receive maybe a dusting to an inch. Little to no snow for Milwaukee Thursday night into Friday. But the clearing skies will likely accompany the cold air moving in from Canada. That's going to drop temperatures Thursday night. By Friday morning, some areas across the north central states may actually be flirting with record low temperatures. Friday morning forecast single digits in Colorado Springs and Denver to Omaha, Milwaukee, Minneapolis. Other cities like Fargo could actually drop below zero. Now, a forecaster said the midweek snowstorm is going to help those temperatures actually come to fruition. You get that snow on the ground, and these expected temperature departures will be occurring. There's high confidence. By Saturday morning, freezing temperatures may reach all the way into northern Texas, including Dallas. As we mentioned a bit ago, the freeze-up, cities like Amarillo and Oklahoma City may actually dip into the teens overnight late this week. There is some good news for those who are sick and tired of the cold weather. The eastern half of the country is forecast to experience some moderating temperatures by next week. Now, this particular shot of cold air as we head into the weekend will be pretty brief, with that warm-up arriving in the plains and areas further to the east, again, as we head into next week. All right, we'll get more on the big storm that's going to be coming together. All that coming up here. Around the country, it's 844-844-3388. Lots to cover. Boy, oh boy, developments. Believe it or not, there was actually some good news on oil prices this past day, where we had been hovering around $130 per barrel the last couple of days. Big drop, one of the biggest drops in several years. Somewhere $15, $16 per barrel drop, because I believe the United Arab Emirates kind of stepping up to the plate, saying that they will place more oil on the global markets, essentially trying to make up for the Russian oil, which is being banned by many countries. So, as I said, lots to cover. The Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
You're listening to the Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers.
After a long winter road trip, there's nothing like coming home to a warm, comfortable home. Hi, I'm Steve with USA Insulation. We appreciate our truckers and the long hours you're putting in to serve us all. Without you, we wouldn't even get the materials to insulate. So we want you to feel like a king when you get back. We put our foam in your walls. It's like putting a coat around your entire home. Keeps the cold air out and the warm air in. And with the rising energy costs, that's going to save you a bundle. We're getting homes ready for winter right now, and we have $1,000 of savings for everyone. But because we love our truckers, we're going to give you an additional $250 discount just for mentioning this show. So give us a call, 1-800-USA-FOAM. That's 1-800-USA-FOAM or usainsulation.net. We're going to give you an additional $250 discount for mentioning the show. 1-800-USA-FOAM or usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
At Hot Shot Secret, we share the science behind common diesel problems. For example,
Diesel fuel cetane levels.
the cetane rating in diesel fuel is 42 to 45. Most diesel engines operate more efficiently with a cetane rating of 48 to 50. One treatment of Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme will raise your cetane 7 points, increase fuel economy, and improve cold starts.
Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme is available nationwide at truck stops, fine farm and auto stores, and online at hotshotsecret.com.
Hot Shot Secret. Powered by science.
My daughter Brinley is here at St. Jude. Coming here was literally life or death, and it was so scary. But St. Jude is fighting for one goal, like this one mission, life. And that gave us hope. We haven't received a single bill from St. Jude, so I really can just focus on what's best for Brinley.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
And now, back to the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
All righty, so what are we looking at here? Seeing as Sarah apparently, she'll be probably dialing us up at the midnight hour Thursday night. I apologize for the confusion. But we'll be talking about Waypoint Vets, one of the many charity organizations that Hot Shot Secret, Chris Gabrelchik, likes to help out with. They're in a 501c nonprofit that, according to their homepage, offers unique opportunities of camaraderie and healing for military veterans all over the country. They actually select veterans, and they do various excursions. It could be mountain climbing, it could be skydiving, it could be a number of things to get out there and see the beauty of our country. We strive to deliver meaningful and lasting experiences for our veteran participants, things they can look forward to and then reflect upon. The heartbeat of Waypoint's mission is to honor our fallen by living and taking back our health and happiness together. So again, we'll be talking more about that on our Friday morning show. Hello to the Lone Ranger. What's happening?
Good morning, Steve. Well, a couple items that caught my eye here in the news. I forgot this last night. Governor DeSantis, who I think should be on the ticket for 2024, either top of the ticket or second in line, doesn't matter, because he's one of the few guys that actually didn't get castrated when he got elected. But he had some left-wing jackass from the media try to say that the bill that they just put through, that somehow it cuts back on this. They're trying to teach young kids sexual stuff in school at a very young age. And he put the skids on it with some type of legislation. I don't know the specifics, but this reporter said something about anti-gay. And DeSantis jumped right on him and said, where did you see the word gay in this legislation? And of course, it isn't there. And he just knocked this guy. This is what we need to do in this country. Everybody cowers over anything that's politically correct. Can't talk about gays, can't talk about minorities. You got to sit in a corner and just be quiet. Well, those days are over because this country is going downhill so fast with this woke BS. You know, we've changed the standards with entrance exams for colleges, so students that aren't that smart or the right color can get in. And on the world stage, we used to be number one in math and science and all the different topics, and now we're not anymore because we're bowing down to the politically correct, the woke, whatever you want to call them. And these other countries are laughing at us. In my opinion, we're not even number one anymore. I think China has already passed us. I think we're number two because they don't worry about who's woke and what color somebody is and whether or not they're gay. They want the best and the brightest. And that's why they're excelling in there. I believe they've already passed us. But I saw an interesting interview with your mayor. His name is, it's an Indian name, Aftab Purval or something like that.
Yes, Aftab.
Is that what it is?
Aftab Purval, yes. He's a jewel. Well,
seems like a nice guy. He happens to be personal friends with the mayor of Kharkiv in Ukraine, the town Kharkiv. It's been hitting pretty hard here recently. And he's actually had the mayor of that town in Ukraine come to Cincinnati and, spend time, visit, whatnot. I guess they're kind of personal friends. And he got on the topic of refugees. Now, there's no question in my mind that we're going to wind up with some refugees from Ukraine. Now, you go way back to mid-'60s, thanks to the swimmer, the guy who was guilty of death by vehicular homicide when he killed Mary Jo Kopechne by leaving her in the car while he swam away, Ted Kennedy. They changed the number of people coming from Europe was decreased, and the number of people who could come from third world countries was increased with this immigration bill. So we see what happens as an end result. But he said that he would welcome as many refugees as want to come to Cincinnati, your town.
Mm-hmm.
And because of his friendship with this mayor and also because of the type of people. Now, I started thinking, you know what? We've been watching these people flood across the border, and the people coming across the border really don't have anything to offer to this country. But the people from Ukraine is not a third world country. They're pretty much the same as the U.S. in terms of the economy. They're very productive. They got factories. They got shopping centers. It's not a third world country. So I'm thinking, I'm really aggravated with these racists that play the race card, and every letter they got to play the race card. Like Joy Reid, she's the worst. So I'm thinking, let me turn myself into Joy Reid here for a minute. Now, I'm going to be a white activist, just like she's a black activist, and we're going to talk about these refugees from Ukraine. 100% white people, 100% productive, coming from a country, they all have skills. These refugees would have something to offer to our country, which is what Trump talked about a long time ago. We need refugees that can do something, because the ones that come across the southern border, for the most part, are not white, since we're going to talk like we're Joy Reid. They don't have anything to offer in the way of skills. And statistics show that 77% of them wind up on the government dole. Mm-hmm. Where, in my opinion, the people from Ukraine, I mean, just look, you watch these people every day. They're patriotic, they're hardworking, they're family-oriented, the families have a mother and a father. These are good people. And look at these, when you talk about strong people, these people are willing to die for their country. And you watch these sad pictures of kids crying because him and his mother have to leave and go to Poland, and the father has to stay behind to fight. You couldn't get people to do that in this country, I don't think. So I have so much admiration. I mean, it's such a sad story watching these every day, watching little kids getting killed. And but the people themselves of Ukraine, it's unbelievable how strong they are. They're patriotic. They're productive. They have things going on. So, in my opinion, these are the type of refugees we need in this country. Not people who want to get on the government dole. So this, you might have quite a few refugees coming to your town, but now normally when you hear immigrant or refugee, you think about the people coming and getting freebies from the government. Right. Because from the southern border, that's what we're seeing. But now, I would personally welcome these people, because it's the type of refugees we used to have coming here that actually built this country, that Ted Kennedy changed right away, because when he changed the numbers and increased the number of people from third world countries, that was the beginning of our downfall. Now, there's good people in every country, but Trump said it best. We need people that have something to offer to this country, not just get on the government dole, because the taxpayers don't like that. Now, I saw another interesting story. We're putting sanctions on Russia. So they can't sell this, can't sell that, whatever. It's a big, long list. But here, now, China and Russia got together before the invasion, and China bought a whole bunch of goods from Russia. They bought grain, they bought petroleum, they bought a whole bunch of different stuff. And what they did, when they bought it ahead of time before it was even shipped. And the reason they did that was because now they own those products.
And the sanctions,
Russian sanctions.
They're circumventing the sanctions. Yes, that's Russia, China kind of colluding together. Absolutely.
Now, Russia and China becoming friends is a huge problem for the world. What is it, 1.8 billion people or something in China? Those two guys together could take us down pretty quick. China is running around buying up property. They're buying up a lot of property in different countries because they want to use the natural resources, because they have so many damn people. And they're buying up, now there's going to be a shortage of wheat, they said.
Yep.
So they're buying up all the wheat. So there's smart people. Putin is smart. He's evil. He's a scumbag, but he's smart. He's calculating. Xi is the same way. He's calculating. He's smart. He wants China to be number one. I think he's already accomplished that. But these are smart leaders. They're not good, but they're smart. And look at what we have. We have an imbecile, and now he sends somebody even dumber than him over to Poland. What the hell does Kamlato know about foreign affairs? She knows zero. So who do they send over there? The person that knows even less than the nursing home patient that's posing as a president. They send the dumbest person there over to, what is she going to, these are world leaders she's talking to. These are people with foreign affairs experience. I mean, they run their countries, they're big dealers. She knows nothing. This is an embarrassment to send somebody like this over to represent the United States. What does she have to offer to that conversation when they sit at the table? You heard how she explained the whole thing with the Russian invasion. She sounded like she was talking to first graders, the way she explained it. Well, Ukraine's a small country and Russia's a big country, and Russia invaded a small country. I felt like I was watching Sesame Street or Romper Room or something.
1 + 1 = 2, right?
She knows nothing.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going on too long here. You got another caller, so we'll see you later on. Oh, Steve.
Yes.
Steve, you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. One more thing I have. This is pretty important. Everybody is absolutely disgusted, peed off about these gas prices, and they're all wondering why. If you Google EIA, it's the Energy Information something.
Administration.
It gives you a whole breakdown on what's going on. Why the prices are high. There's a whole bunch of information. Just Google EIA and you can read all day long. Oh, and by the way, we have two liars. We have two dog-faced pony soldier liars.
Yeah.
Which is Joe Biden
and Jen Psaki.
The secretary, they call her press secretary. She's a propaganda secretary. She said we're producing more oil per day than we ever did. That's a lie. We're producing right now 11 million barrels per day less than when Trump was there. So she lied, and Biden lied by saying it's the Russians' fault that the prices are so high because they started going up the day he took office. So we're dealing with liars now. They used to spin the news. Now they just plain old lie about it. Period. That's all I got. See ya.
All right. Thank you, Ranger. A little behind. We'll get our news break, though. And, lots to cover from the email bag. Many of our listening friends on board. It's 844-844-3388. The Steve Summers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
USA Radio News.
The sanctions against Russia continue as Sony blocks them from online games and more.
Sony is suspending sales of its PlayStation game console in Russia. The company is saying it has stopped all software and hardware shipments in the country as the Russian invasion of Ukraine continues. Sony Group Corporation also announcing a $2 million donation to humanitarian aid organizations to help Ukrainians. The online PlayStation store will also be blocked. Sony joins Microsoft, who announced last week it would stop selling its Xbox consoles and software in Russia. From the USA Radio News Phoenix Bureau, I'm Tim Berg.
On Wall Street, U.S. stocks jumped and oil prices dropped on Wednesday, extending a volatile spell as investors track the economic fallout of the war in Ukraine. This is USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I have religiously taken the Balance of Nature. I haven't missed one day, and I'm loving the product. I feel better. My wife has noticed that I've felt better, and I've noticed that I want to get up and go piddle in the garage and, do something that doesn't matter to anybody on earth but me, but I have the energy to where I want to do that. So I really think Balance of Nature is helping me.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or by going to balanceofnature.com and make sure to receive this special radio offer by using discount code USA.
You're listening to the Overnight Drive with Steve Summers.
Do you have a Dodge pickup and hate your automatic transmission? Of course you do. LaVon Miller at Firepunk Diesel here, and we specialize in heavy-duty and performance transmissions for your 3/4 or 1-ton Cummins-powered truck. So if you're interested in turning your stock slush box into a towing monster, call us today at 614-733-3744 or visit us online at shop.firepunk.com.
After a long winter road trip, there's nothing like coming home to a warm, comfortable home. Hi, I'm Steve with USA Insulation. We appreciate our truckers and the long hours you're putting in to serve us all. Without you, we wouldn't even get the materials to insulate. So we want you to feel like a king when you get back. We put our foam in your walls. It's like putting a coat around your entire home. Keeps the cold air out and the warm air in. And with the rising energy costs, that's going to save you a bundle. We're getting homes ready for winter right now, and we have $1,000 of savings for everyone. But because we love our truckers, we're going to give you an additional $250 discount just for mentioning this show. So give us a call, 1-800-USA-FOAM. That's 1-800-USA-FOAM or usainsulation.net. We're going to give you an additional $250 discount for mentioning the show. 1-800-USA-FOAM or usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
It's coming. Crisp fall mornings turn bitter cold. You climb into your diesel and it feels like you're sitting on an ice cube. Imagine how your engine feels after a frosty night. Freezing temperatures impact your diesel's fluids, especially fuel. As the temperatures drop, water that is emulsified within your fuel is released, adding more water into your system. Frozen water in your fuel lines, filter, or bowl will simply slow the flow, or worse, stop the flow of fuel in your system. No fuel flow, no start. Get prepared now for the cold that is coming. Hot Shot Secret Diesel Winter Anti-Gel is a premium fuel additive that lowers your fuel's pour point to minus 65 degrees. If it's that cold out, you shouldn't be on the road. You ought to be at home in front of the fireplace. Hot Shot Secret Diesel Winter Anti-Gel Premium Fuel Additive. Available now online at hotshotsecret.com. Hot Shot Secret. Powered by science.
Dean Michael, the tax doctor here. I have one question for you. Do you want to stop worrying about the IRS? If the answer is yes, then look no further. I've been around for years, I've helped countless people across the country, and my success rate speaks for itself. So now you know where to find good, honest help with your tax problems. What are you waiting for? If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or haven't filed in years, call me now at 888-557-4020 or go to mytaxhelpmd.com for a free consultation and get your life back.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch might be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Keep the bugs off your glass and the smokies off your ass. This is the Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers.
Okay, we've got lines available if you'd like to jump on. Dial us up at 844-844-3388. Got the word from Josh, the official word this past day. All right, so as I've mentioned a couple of times, we're going to be at the Mid-America Truck Show. Looking forward to getting together to see all of our listening friends, for those who can make it in. Obviously, not everyone can make it to Louisville, right? 75, 80, will they set a record this year? 1,000, that is some of the record attendance they've seen over the years. I anticipate probably maybe record attendance because it's been so long. And, everyone's anxious to get out there and see all the latest. So many companies introduce their latest technology and things that have never been seen before. They're at the world's largest truck show, the Mid-America Truck Show. We will be giving away some seats during the show. Thanks to our friends at Bostrom and National Seating, they've hooked us up with, we'll have a Bostrom wide ride Certa seat. We'll also have a Bostrom Pro Ride seat. And from the folks at National Seating, they've got, it's called the Corsair. And they got all the technical breakdowns, but one of those seats will be given away to our listening friends who are unable to attend in Louisville. We thought it would only be fair for those who can't make it in. So we'll have two winners there at the actual truck show. One could be you. All you have to do is go to overnightdriveradio.com/contest. The link is there. Yeah, I'll get a hold of Josh maybe tomorrow. In the past, when we've had contests, you could go to Overnight Drive Radio, and there would be a link up there at the top where right now you've got home or where to listen or podcast or shop where you can get Overnight Drive T-shirts, hats, travel mugs, stickers. We'll try to get a link for the contest page. I think he could do that. But right now, if you go to overnightdriveradio.com and just go ahead and enter /contest, the link is there. It's very simple. Just it's like all you need to put in is your email address, your name, and a phone number so you could be contacted. For those who will be in attendance, which, by the way, March 24th, 25th, and 26th there in Louisville, the booth number will be in the North Wing. The North Wing, booth number 16067. So a big thank you to our friends from Bostrom and National Seating, and we want you to be excited as well. So that's why we're offering to one lucky listener through the website a chance to win a seat as well. And I believe you need to be a CDL holder. You know, you don't want to give a truck seat to someone who doesn't drive a truck, if you know what I mean. So we would request CDL holders to apply there. All right, what else? From the email bag, let's see, talking about the skyrocketing fuel prices. Got an email from Cooper. Says, just hanging out in California, waiting on fuel surcharges to peak for this week. $5.99 a gallon here in Oxnard, California. Most of the big fuel stops are over $6 and even some $7 a gallon. Steve, I've been trucking for 43 years. I never thought it would be this way. That brotherhood and bond with other drivers, it seems like it's all but gone. I mean, not long ago, you could sit on a conversation at a truck stop and, solve the world's problems and go trucking. Now it's like, what are you looking at, old man? Mind your own business. Nobody wants to touch it. Mind your own business, dummy. Anyway, thank you, Steve, for the show. At least some normalcy in this crazy profession nowadays. I try to share every night your show on my Facebook and a couple of groups that I have. They say history repeats itself. Just bring back the 70s and know then, if I could know what I know now, that would be sweet. Anyway, have a good night, my friends. Truck 'em safe. That's Mike Cooper. Thank you so much, Mike. I saw that, what were the numbers there? Santa Claus sent me a link where he's in, I believe it's Hesperia, California. He said another jump in prices there, another, 30 or 40 cent jump in the past 24 hours. He's got the marquee at the Pilot truck stop in Hesperia, $6.49 a gallon for diesel. Looks like regular unleaded. Regular gas is at $5.99. Yeah, the premium is $6.09 per gallon for regular gasoline. All right, who else we got checking in here? Jump back over to our stream chat via Facebook and YouTube. I got the answer. Pappy threw that little question my way earlier, and I'm like, I don't know, what happened? What's going on this Saturday? I guess the key there was, what time is it? I knew it was coming. I didn't realize it was this weekend. So heads up, it is Spring Forward weekend, apparently. Yeah, thanks for some of our listening friends for giving me the heads up. So what's that, Saturday night into Sunday morning when you go to bed, you're springing forward. Technically, you're losing an hour of sleep, but then you will notice the sun will be up Start getting those sunsets more like 7:30, 8 o'clock, things of that nature. And with each passing day, getting a minute or two later as we roll through spring until you hit that first day of summer, which is the most daylight hours of any day in the year here in the Northern Hemisphere. All right, thanks for the heads up. Morning, Steve Too Tall checking in. Have a good, safe night there. Yeah, Scott. All right, talking about Eskimo Mom and the accident on 75 southbound. He said the fire department and police are saying that 75 there southbound, just south of the Brent Spence Bridge, will be closed for several hours. So as Eskimo Mom mentioned, if you're headed southbound, take that cutoff there before you get across the 75 bridge. They call it Fort Washington Way. Takes you down across in front of Paul Brown Stadium and the Great American Ballpark. Jump on 471 South, where you can merge with 275. That'll take you back to 75. And you'll get there a whole lot quicker than waiting for several hours for them to get that cleared up. 007 checking in from Allertor, Illinois at the Flying J truck stop tonight. Did you get your electric car yet? No, Sean. 007, I did not. Yeah, you know my sentiments on that. All right, Buckeye Boy checking in from Ackworth, Georgia, where it's 47 degrees tonight. Had a lot of rain last night when that front passed through. Our oldest granddaughter's supposed to have a baseball game Saturday, 9 o'clock in the morning, but they're saying the high's only going to get to about 33 degrees. I seriously doubt that's going to happen. And I know it's not likely that the wife and I will be attending. I'll be loading Friday or Saturday, leaving on Sunday to head to Santa Fe, New Mexico for a Wednesday delivery, where I'll get to hang out there till Sunday to reload the same equipment going back to Georgia. I'd like to know what that 35 to 40% of people are thinking. According to some of the polls, the puppet and the other morons in D.C. are actually doing a good job, they say. Are these the people that, to this day, just hate Donald Trump so much? Are they just stupid or so blinded by their loyalty to the left that they don't care what happens to this country? I just don't understand. But have a great night, everybody. Be careful out there. Buckeye Boy, yes, it's like trying to wrap your mind around the thinking of someone that's insane. A murderer, a child molester. You say, how could anyone be that evil? Some things we just cannot understand. Our minds don't work that way. Either way, hello to Daniel checking in. Let's see, Ranger, James says, Lone Ranger